What if we've been getting it wrong this whole time? You've heard it over and over. Women want confidence. But what if that's just a shortcut we've all bought into? Jordan Peterson, clinical psychologist and cultural lightning rod, says there's something deeper at play, something we're not talking about enough. In this video, we're going past cliches and into the real reasons women are drawn to certain men. Spoiler, it's not all swagger and smooth talk. It's about what's under the surface, who you are, how you show up, and what you're aiming for. Stick around because once you understand this, everything else about attraction starts making a lot more sense. Confidence is a byproduct, not the source. Confidence is everywhere in dating advice, but Peterson flips the script. He says confidence isn't where attraction begins. It's what comes after you've built something real. That something is competence, knowing you can handle life's challenges. A man who's competent walks differently, speaks differently, carries himself with grounded certainty. That's the energy women pick up on. It's not fake it till you make it bravado. It's the quiet strength of someone who's done the work. When men chase confidence without substance, it shows. But when confidence grows from skill, self-control, and earned experience, it sticks. It becomes real. And that's when it starts to matter. Strength under control is the real magnet. One of Peterson's most intense ideas is that women aren't drawn to harmless men. They're drawn to men who could be dangerous but choose not to be. He calls this integrating your shadow, the dark, aggressive, competitive side that every man has. When that side is acknowledged, understood, and disciplined, it becomes strength under control. That's power. That's leadership. Women instinctively respond to men who aren't pushovers, who have the capacity for intensity but carry it with responsibility. This isn't about being scary. It's about being capable and grounded. That's the kind of presence that makes people feel both safe and impressed. Responsibility isn't boring. It's attractive. Peterson says it clearly. Pick up the heaviest burden you can and carry it. Sounds intense, but here's the truth. Real responsibility builds real men. And that, surprisingly, is a huge part of what women want. Not the lazy, chill guy persona. Not the rebel with no plan. But the man who steps up for his family, his work, his purpose. Why? Because responsibility is evidence of reliability, and reliability builds trust. Trust builds connection. It's not glamorous, but it's rare and valuable. Women don't want a man who needs babysitting. They want someone who can take charge when it counts. Purpose makes you magnetic. A man with a mission is hard to ignore. Peterson says the path to a meaningful life starts with responsibility and direction. Women can sense when a man is lost, and when he's laser-focused. It's not about being rich or famous. It's about being intentional. Purpose is energy. It shows in how you talk, how you move, how you decide. When your life has direction, attraction becomes a side effect. You're no longer trying to get a woman to like you. You're living in a way that draws the right kind of attention naturally. That's deeper than confidence. That's identity. Emotional stability signals strength. Peterson often says men must become the rock in chaos. That doesn't mean suppressing emotions. It means learning to master them. Women aren't looking for a man who never feels anything. They're drawn to a man who stays centered when things fall apart. Emotional regulation is strength. It means you don't spiral. You don't explode. You stay calm under pressure. That's what makes someone feel safe around you. And safety isn't about protection from outside threats. It's about emotional consistency. In a world where chaos is everywhere, the man who brings clarity and calm is the one who stands out. Competence builds long-term attraction. Peterson is blunt about this. No woman wants to marry a man who can't do anything. Attraction might begin with looks or charm, but it lasts because of competence. Can you fix problems? Can you learn new skills? Can you lead, provide, adapt? These are the quiet, practical things that build lasting connection. Women want someone who's useful, not just flashy. And competence isn't a given, it's earned. It takes time, humility, and effort. But when you've built it, you carry a different kind of confidence, one that isn't shaken by setbacks or ego. That's a foundation, not a front. Self-respect comes before attention. Peterson emphasizes that if you don't respect yourself, no one else will. This isn't about arrogance, it's about boundaries. A man who values himself won't tolerate disrespect, won't chase validation, and won't lose himself trying to please others. That's rare, and that's attractive. Women pick up on how a man treats himself, how he talks, how he acts when no one's watching. If your standards are low, your energy reflects it. But if you hold yourself to something higher, people notice. It's not about being perfect, it's about being principled. Self-respect changes your posture, your tone, your entire presence. Maturity means you're not addicted to approval. Peterson often warns against being nice in the unhealthy sense, constantly seeking approval, avoiding conflict, lacking spine. That's not maturity, it's fear. And fear isn't attractive. What women want is authenticity. A man who can speak the truth, set limits, and handle rejection without falling apart. Maturity shows when you're not playing games, not performing, not desperate for attention. You're grounded, clear, and okay with who you are. That steadiness is what people trust. When you stop needing to be liked by everyone, ironically, the right people start gravitating toward you. Depth over performance. In today's dating scene, it's easy to fake connection with clever lines and flashy personas. But Peterson reminds men that depth will always outlast performance. Depth comes from introspection, reading, struggle, meaning. It's being able to talk about something beyond memes and money. Women want to feel seen, heard, and understood. That takes real emotional intelligence. You don't need to be a genius. You just need to be present and real. In a culture obsessed with surfaces, depth is a superpower. It doesn't just attract, it keeps people interested, and it's not something you can fake. You have to earn it. Masculinity must be balanced by morality. Toughness alone isn't enough. Peterson says a powerful man without a moral code is dangerous, not admirable. What women want isn't raw aggression. It's strength aligned with principle. A man who can defend, compete, and lead, but who chooses justice over ego. That kind of character builds trust, and trust builds intimacy. It's not about being dominant, it's about being disciplined. The world doesn't need more hyper-masculine caricatures. It needs men who can hold both force and virtue in tension. That's not weakness, it's real power. And it's far more attractive than fake bravado. Stability is underrated, but irreplaceable. Peterson often stresses the value of order, of creating structure in your life. And here's the truth. Women aren't just looking for fun or unpredictability. They want stability. A man who has a routine, a plan, a future. Stability isn't boring. It's the platform for growth, family, peace. And in a chaotic world, it's a premium trait. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Show up, be reliable, handle stress without breaking. That quiet confidence, rooted in structure, is what turns attraction into partnership. And that's what lasts. Growth mindset is the ultimate X factor. Peterson's core message is simple: improve yourself constantly. That's what women truly want in a man. Not perfection, but progress. A guy who's learning, evolving, moving forward. It's not about where you are, it's about where you're going. And when a man embraces growth, everything changes. His habits, his mindset, his presence. Women are drawn to men who are becoming, not just coasting. Confidence fades when it's not backed by momentum. But when you're leveling up, physically, mentally, spiritually, it shows. And it becomes magnetic, not because you're bragging, but because you're becoming. Jordan Peterson doesn't sugarcoat it. What women really want goes way deeper than confidence. They want strength that's controlled, purpose that's real, and growth that never stops. It's not about tricks. It's about transformation. So if this resonated with you, hit that like button, leave a comment with your thoughts, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to unlock the spark for more real, raw, and insightful content that cuts through the noise. We're not here for surface-level advice. We're here to build something better. Let's grow.